Hi, this is Alec with Mobitech 3000. I'm going to show you today how to adjust the strength of the enhancement algorithm. Now, knowing how to do this is really important if you want to get the best quality results out of JotNot every time. It's particularly important when you're scanning documents that might have a lot of faint text on them. If you have the strength of the documents, the enhancement set too high, then there's a risk that you'll lose some of the detail during the scanning process. And we want to avoid that. So with JotNot, we provide some controls that let you adjust that depending on the situation that you find yourself in and the types of materials that you're scanning. So I have an example document here that I'm going to use. I'm going to import it, and you can see it's a document, a handwritten document, a note that I had made, put some numbers on it. I'm going to just select the top part of this document since I don't need the whole thing. I'm going to select this as being a black and white. I'd like to scan it into black and white. And I clicked on the gear. The gear down here in the corner pulls up the enhancement options if you're not aware of that already. So I kind of have it set the way I want it, selected the right region, set my enhancement option to black and white, which is exactly what I want. I'm going to click process. This is going to process. Now you can see, here's the results. Very clear white background with the default settings. But some of that handwritten information that I jotted down on the original piece of paper is lost. Some of that detail has been lost here in this image. And part of it is because the image I took was in sort of a dark lighting environment, and in the algorithm that we have, the default algorithm that comes through, really needs a little bit more light than what I gave it with this document. But there's nothing to fear here. We can correct this. Now I'm going to show you how to do that. Like if you want to preserve some more of that detail, it's very, very easy to do. So I'm going to import that same image again so we can go back and forth, and I'll show you. So again, I'm going to pull these the corners of this blue rectangle up around the area that I want to save. Then to dial back the strength of the enhancement, I'm going to go back into the enhancement options. In black and white, selecting that's fine. That's exactly what I want. But down at the bottom of the enhancement options menu, there's a switch labeled original to white. Now if we turn that switch to the on position, this will dial back the strength of the enhancement algorithm. Essentially what this switch does is enable the original algorithm that we had developed for the first gen iPhone and the 3G iPhone back when we released JotNot 1.0. And this does a great job of preserving some of the detail, and as you'll see, there is an expense to doing that, and that I'll show you just by clicking process here. The output image tends to be a little bit noisier if you use the original to white switch, if you set that to the on position. But you can also see that a lot of the detail that was missing or that got stripped out in the other image is now here in the other scan. So we can just go back and forth. Let me show you really quickly how to do that. Clicking the page. So here's what we did with the default settings. This is sort of what the scan looks like, and this is what it looks like with the original to white. So bottom line, if you find yourself having scanned something and JotNot has sort of produced a result that looks somewhat like this, where some of the detail is missing, you can always go back and reprocess using our original algorithm, the older algorithm, by simply selecting the image that you want, the page that you want to reprocess, clicking the reprocess icon at the bottom of the toolbar, clicking the enhancement option gear to pull up the options, and making sure that the original to white switch is set to the on position. So I hope that helps. If you follow some of these guidelines, you should be able to get great results every time. Thanks for listening.